Karijini National Park is one of the jewels in the crown of national parks in Australia. Definitely a must-see sometime in your lifetime. Now, there's plenty to do here, including bushwalking for all ages and all fitness levels. Let's go and have a bit of a look around. Karijini is on the bucket list of everyone that wants to explore beautiful places in Australia, and it does not disappoint you when you get there. We came to the first pool there, which is Fortescue Falls. So beautiful set of waterfalls cascading down from the top of the gorge, and then there's a swimming hole there. This rock art would indicate that even far, far back in history, the local owners here that inhabited the area used this as a walking trail. It's pretty cool to find a bit of history like this. Sort of takes you back a bit, doesn't it? Then we left the Fortescue Falls and walked up into what is the Fern Pools. We got there and there's a family playing in the water, having what you should have when you're on a holiday as a family. They were just laughing and taking photos and just having a great old time. So we just hung out there for a while with them and another group of people and just chatted. The walk into Fern Pool is just a great way to kick off the day, and the walk back out will be even better because everywhere you stop on the stairs is a view that'll take your breath away.
Well, there are plenty of things to see and do at Karijini National Park if you're on your own, but there are a few hidden gems that you'll only really find if you have a particular set of skills. So today we've teamed up with the crew from West Oz Active Adventure Tours, who are going to take us on a journey to the centre of the earth. Are you ready, boys?
Let's go.
Let's go. Straight from the outset, we're getting into the gear, we're watching demonstrations, meeting the guides, and then making all the usual jokes to sort of put you at ease, like, if you don't do it this way, you'll die. They took us right into the centre of the earth. We were abseiling down. It was incredibly rewarding. You know, I didn't even know that I cared that I could abseil, but now that I've done it, I'm like, woohoo, I can abseil. One of the best things about the tour were the two guides that we had with us. Not only were they funny, charismatic guys, they were also really, really putting safety first. They were really well equipped to sort of coach you through some of those moments on the tour that did get your heart racing a little bit. Well, I just did my first backwards abseiling down the gorge in Karijini National Park. I am so pumped. I'm seriously so in love with this. It was absolutely breathtaking. The bright red rocks, these gorgeous aqua pools that you could jump and swim in, everything. Honestly, I just had the most amazing experience. Here we are in Garden Pool, the Garden Pool. I'm joined by one of our guides today, Josh. Now, Josh, tell us a little bit about what we can expect on today's trip.
We'll take you to some pretty fantastic locations. There'll be a little bit of rock climbing, some abseiling, some traversing, which is rock climbing sideways, and then we'll lower you down through a waterfall.
Okay, I'm excited, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to feel a little bit apprehensive. This is something that's perfectly safe. Anyone can do it?
Absolutely anyone can do it. We've had children as young as 14 come out, and we even had a fella who was 78 last year.
Righto, okay, well look, no excuses then if I fall on my butt. What are we going to find around the corner?
We're going to go down through my favourite part of Karijini National Park, the chute, and then we'll make our way to the centre of the earth from here.
The chute sounds like I'm about to, I don't know, jump in a hole and like a slide down there. What are we doing?
It's a 45-degree waterfall. We'll have a hand line in place and you'll just lower yourself down that all the way to the bottom.
Well, Chris, we made it.
We did,
The tour is called The Journey to the Centre of the Earth. We're here.
This is the centre of the earth, yeah.
It's amazing. And exactly how far down are we?
We're about 145 metres at this point.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, here I am at the bottom of the gorge in Karijini National Park. If you want to find out what we got up to today or any other episode, just head to our website, whatsupdownunder.com.au, click on the magazine tab to subscribe and get all of our free digital content. The whole time it was funny, Mark was saying, remember Robbie, what goes down must come up, because I was having a ball just hanging off cliffs. Little did I realise at the end of the day, that was where the hard work really set in and we had to actually physically pull ourselves out. But what a rewarding experience. I was honestly chuffed with the whole day. Well, we've seen it from the bottom, now we've seen it from the top. That was honestly one of the most incredible things I've ever done. but I'm absolutely knackered now. What about you guys?
Oh, that was fantastic. Best thing I've done in ages.
Mind blowing, just fantastic.
The whole trip we've been looking forward to finding a spot where we could just light the fire, sit around and enjoy each other's company for the night without any other interaction from other people. And the beauty of travelling with the Terra Sports and the Trooper is that you've got that ability. You can choose where you want to be because they're completely self-sufficient. We're on our way to Port Hedland and we found this little spot and said, that'll do us. Let's kick back and have a good time.
What a beautiful evening. By the time we finished our tour and rolled into the camp, the fire was blazing, the guys had cracked open a couple of beers, and Tom, our head of production, had actually even busted out his guitar, which Macca was giving an absolute thrashing, and it wasn't very good. Macca has a lot of skills, but I have to say, music is not one of them.
There's nothing we enjoy more than getting out the guitars and having a sing-along, and I'll break out my old harmonica and everyone's always asking for that, you know, and we don't get the opportunity in the caravan parks because when I play harmonica, it gets pretty outrageous. Nice little spot we found in the middle of nowhere, all to ourselves, where if we wanted to be loud, we could be loud. And that's the beauty of having caravans like we've got on this trip, is that they're self-sufficient, you know. You can pull up wherever you want and everything still works. And it just gives you that flexibility and freedom to choose where you want to pull up for the night. So, yeah, I think we had a great time. Everyone had a bit of a late night and laughed and sang to the harmonica.
After an incredible night under the stars, it was time to get back on the road to Port Hedland. We woke up with nature and packed up, hitched up and prepared for the next leg of the journey.
Very good sleep.
Yeah, I did. Not bad.
All right. Nice and warm.
Very nice one. Oh, hello.
Susie's got one that takes batteries.
Now, one thing you have to remember when you're free camping is everything you bring in, you also have to take out.
Today is the last leg of our epic journey from Perth to Broome. Our first stop of the journey was in Kalbarri. We went further up the coast to Exmouth before heading inland to Carragini and then stopping in at Port Hedland. Today we've finally reached Broome and get to explore all it has to offer. An epic journey to say the least.
It's certainly a journey that we couldn't do alone. So whilst we're on the road, we have the help of Mark from GNS Chassis. He'll be riding with John Sills from Nova Caravans, who is towing the incredible Terra Sports. Macca and I will be towing the trusty Trooper from Lotus Caravans.
Broome's a great place to end the journey we have because it's got such a good vibe to it and it's just a happy party place.
What a drive. Again, we had the tunes cranking, and when we rolled into Broome, I tell you what, it was absolutely worth the drive. What a beautiful place. Palm trees everywhere and a beach that just stretches on and on and on.
Well, the What's Up Down Under team have made it into Broome, and while the rest of the crew check into the holiday park, I'm going to have a look around town and see what Broome has to offer. Well, nowadays it's just a cool place for tourists to come and have a walk and a bit of a look around, but this jetty in the late 1800s was a bustling trading location with the pearl luggers coming to town, trading their wares right here on the water. Broome, it's got a bit of everything. Broome's also home to the iconic Cable Beach. Watching the sunset over the crystal blue water is a must-do while you're here. Well, there's shops, there's bars, there's restaurants, there's everything you could possibly want right here in the middle of Broome. And as they say here in Broome, that's that. Well, Broome is absolutely jam-packed full of history, both modern and ancient.
That's right, Macca. And lucky for us, today we're joining Bart from Gnarly Geocultural Tours, who's going to show us around some really significant places.
I reckon we just get straight into that.
Absolutely. Now, Bart, we got up super early this morning and we've been rewarded for our efforts by this gorgeous sunrise behind us. Tell us what's significant about this area right here.
This place is an Aboriginal Heritage listed site and is called Dirrigun and also commonly known amongst town as Kennedy's Hill. You can see by millions and millions of shell here that it was always a living site and designated area for Aboriginal people. So it's a significant site, but also a picturesque view of Roebuck Bay, which is very important to Broome and the world.
Well, Bart, this is absolutely gorgeous. I think we'll have a bit more of a look around here, but what have you got in store for us next up?
Well, I'll take you from here, the Roebuck Bay, and then out to the Indian Ocean, opening up to the beaches of Cable Beach and Ganthium Point. But we'll also hopefully find some dinosaur footprints around that side too. So.
Ooh, righto! Let's go and check it out.
Let's go.
So where are we now, Bart? The view is something pretty special.
Yeah, this is the southern end of Cable Beach, and it's a nice stretch of Cable Beach, the famous Cable Beach, and we're pretty close to Ganthium Point, where there's been famous dinosaur footprints known about for quite some time. So this is a dinosaur footprint that I found about 2 years ago. Could possibly have found a long time ago, but these theropod dinosaur footprints are particular linked to our Dreamtime stories along this coastline. And held and custodians by the Gluttabaloo people, and they've told the story about the mythological giant emu man that travelled along here, creating the laws and customs for our people. And so each site that we find the theropods is linked to that journey of the giant emu man, and very significant places we want to look after.
Well, that was an awesome way to spend the morning in Broome discovering this area.
Absolutely spot on, Robbie, and I suggest when you get to Broome, you hook up with Bart and check out some of the cultural and ancient history. Well, a trip to Broome is never going to be complete without exploring Cable Beach from the back of a camel.
That's right, Macca. This is something I've been really looking forward to. So we've teamed up with the guys from Broome Camel Safaris, and we're going to do exactly that.
Let's go and hit the beach. Alison, what a magnificent place to have to come to work every day for you.
It is beautiful, yeah.
We're going to head out on a tour with you now. What are we going to see while we're out there?
Oh, there could be a few whales, a few nudists.
A few nudists. How long have you been at the camel safari business?
I've been working with camels for over 30 years, here in Broome for 20 odd years.
What do you love about the camels?
Oh, they're just a fantastic animal to work with. Very intelligent, very intimate. Yeah, they're great.
Well, I wouldn't mind getting out there and having a ride on one of those camels if that's all right with you.
Sure.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to Will. Now, we met Will yesterday here in Broome. He's over here with his dad doing a trip across Australia for a bit of a holiday from school. Will and I are about to get on a camel. How are you feeling about it, Will?
Oh, well, never rode a camel on a beach before.
All right, mate, let's go and get amongst this camel riding, eh?
It was absolutely beautiful. Now, I have never ridden a camel before. I had an unexpected beginning to the journey. Certainly the booty of the camel popped up a little quicker than I was anticipating, but we made a full recovery and really, really enjoyed the rest of the trek down the beach. Oh my goodness, staring out into the ocean, having a bit of banter with Macca, Will and Mark behind me. It was just the perfect end to a really fantastic day.
The guys looked after us really well, and we had these people walking along beside us that could answer any questions you had about camels or about Broome or about Cable Beach. You gotta get up here and do it.
Absolutely, that was amazing.
I know for you, like you're sitting at home and it's the weekend, but for us, still hump day.
Hey, Macca, what do you call a camel with no humps?
Tell me.
A horse.
It's the sort of thing I've got to put up with all day long.